Verse 2. We often have desire and pursuit in the heart, so as to explore the boundaries and characteristics of things. It should be noted that the meaning of desire in the verse is not the same as in our life. Once desire is mentioned, people tend to think of the animal, primitive driving force, which is a low-level, physical, instinctive emotion. It is something people should control and restrain. But the meaning of desire here may be closer to hope, aspiration. It is a meaningful spiritual guidance and a spiritual need. The above-mentioned, no desire, to see the wonderful, is that people's thinking is immersed in certain environments to achieve the state of forgetting the existence of their own. But what we are talking about here is a conscious activity, like thinking, or thinking hard. It is a process of mental labor, in which people use willpower to seek a conclusion and an answer. Thinking activities are inseparable from the concept. Concepts are abstract expressions of things in the real world, and most concepts are the definition of things. Definitions have two components: connotation and denotation. The connotation is the inner attribute of things, and the extension is the scope of application of this concept, that is, the boundary. There are often certain connections between concepts, many of which are causal. The expressions of these connections are the laws of nature, and like the concepts themselves, the laws have their own scope of application. Have pursuit and desire, to explore the boundaries and characteristics of things, is to observe and investigate the scope of application of these concepts and laws. In the Tang dynasty, there was a poet Jia Dao, who constantly pondered over every word of his poems to achieve the best effect. Once, on the back of his donkey, Jia Dao thought about whether the verse behind the phrase, "birds rest on the tree by the pond," was, "the monk pushes the door," or, "the monk knocks on the door." He was so focused on thinking that he even crashed into Han Yu's honor guard. Han Yu was the prime minister at that time. This kind of hard thinking of Jia Dao is to find the best word that fits into the context. In addition to thinking activities, the behavior of exploring the boundaries and characteristics of things can also have a general meaning, which refers to a kind of exploration in life. There is an old saying that learning process makes knowledge increase day by day, and cultivating of the Tao makes the ego decrease day by day. The increasing of knowledge by learning means that people need to have a desire to study. They need to have an enterprising spirit in research and knowledge, and new progress should be made every day. While the daily loss of ego is to always keep a relaxed state of mind, have little desire for personal enjoyment, and do not be too keen on worldly achievement. As a young person, people often feel that the world is so vast and the knowledge in the world is so deep, and an ambition will arise spontaneously in their hearts. They will be determined to explore the boundaries of the universe and the limit of knowledge. Confucius said, "At 15 I set my mind on learning. At 30 I was able to think for myself. At 40 I was free from doubts. At 50 I knew my destiny. At 60 I could accept different opinions without having hard feeling. At 70 I could follow my heart without going beyond the norm." Confucius set his ambition at the age of 15, and since then he had embarked on a journey of study and exploration. After decades of arduous work, he finally became a great scholar. Writer Gao Shaosong's famous sentence, "This world is not about the cowardly peace at present, but about poetry and the distant unknown places," truly reflects the inner world of young people's desire to fly. Facing this unknown, brand new world, young people cannot help but be excited and enthusiastic, determined to get the ultimate answer about this world through exploration, and make achievements in the process. They either indulge themselves in various books from the library or set foot on the whistling train running between the mountains, rivers, and the earth. Faced with a world full of restlessness, they struggled to find the truth behind it all. Song Dynasty poet Su Dongpo wrote,
"The clouds in the east are empty, and many sprites and fairies are looping in the emptiness. This whirling world produces all the illusory phenomena. How can there be treasures in the Pearl Palace?"
This poem describes the appearance of mirage in the sea, and it also suits the description of the entire world. Not only are individuals exploring their personal world, but human beings as a whole are also exploring the boundaries of what humanity can reach. Since modern times, following the great geographical discoveries in the age of navigation, human beings have turned their attention to space exploration. Earth satellites have been launched, humans have completed several missions of moon landings, and multiple Mars rovers have been dropped on the surface of Mars. The territory of human activities is constantly expanding. This kind of conscious behavior of exploration for human beings is the collective manifestation of the enterprising spirit for individuals. The desire to explore is one of human instincts and one of the driving forces for human progress.